Well, g'day tubes, how's it going? Pretty good here. So we're going to get into Bill question and answer number 42. Last time we did this, it was nice and warm outside, and we only had a couple of walls up on the new building, so come a long way since then. Anyhow, I know we got a couple of questions here. Let's get them loaded. So we're going to be starting back. Where are we here? Where are we here? September 23rd. So that's been a while. September, October, November, December. This is December 7th. So we're like 3 and a bit months behind. That's about normal. About average. Anyways, so this watch is talking to me again. This is from Vince. Vince sends me a lot of stuff here. And what does Vince say? So this is September 23rd. It says, "Hi Bill, what lookout facilities does the cemetery have? I thought I saw a fishing pier on Google Earth." Well, let me check that out, because it's not really a fishing pier. Cemetery itself doesn't have anything like that, but let's see here. I don't know if you can see, I'm using my GoPro, but see those long stretch things there? That's part of the trail system that goes around the lake. And on the, what would that be, sort of east end of the lake, you can see, where the heck are we here? You can see some more right there, kind of thing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's about a 12-kilometer trail that goes all around the outside of the lake. And around us here, we've got some boardwalk things that are kind of out in the water quite a piece. Should take you out there for a walk sometime. It's pretty good. Yeah. So we don't have piers for say here. I kind of wish I would, but you go fishing or whatever, but nah, we don't, so it's the way it is. So anyways, what does Dylan do now? Does he help you in the cemetery? Yes, he does. He's working for me mostly a lot of the time through the summer. Help me with trimming and funerals and grass cutting and all that kind of stuff, whatever else we got to do in the summer. Kind of relieves me a little bit, you know, and helps me get stuff done a little better, especially the trimming. The trimming is getting ridiculous out there now, trimming around all the stones with the weed whackers, right? Because I mean, every year we're putting in like 30 odd new stones. I've been here 20 years, so let's just do a calculation on that. So that's, we're gonna say around 30 stones times 20. It's another 600 stones since I've started here that we've put in since 2003. So that's a lot more stones, plus the ones that are already here. So we're I honestly don't know how many we're up to. There's probably got to be, I should do an inventory count one day, but I honestly couldn't tell you how many we actually have, but there's quite a few. So he does help me with that. And he says, Vince here says, lastly, I'd like to see a comparison of the two mowers. Also attached is a photo of a pair of John Deere X750 tractors from the yacht club my family is members of. Members use them to move their boats on their trailers to the hoist cranes to raise and lower, then store the trailers in boats stored in trailers onto the water. Okay, so I'm presuming you mean the two zero-turn mowers. The new one we just got would like totally beat the one I own. Like, it's way nicer unit, way better, cuts way better. We've actually got a mulch kit put on it early last fall for doing leaves, and man, it chops up leaves better than the big tractor does, the big green tractor. So the 2032R, it does better than that, and I got a mulcher kit on that too. So we basically, both of us combined, mulched the leaves this year, and that's kind of what we did last year, because I broke my scaphoid bone in my hand here. So I'm like, I'm not fighting with that trailer and the bagger and the trailer I use for sucking leaves, and then I gotta do something with all these piles of leaves too, which kind of sucks. I don't really have anything to do with them, and try to get them all mulched down to dirt. Well, yeah, that's good, but that takes like 7 to 8 years to actually get it from leaves to dirt after stirring it up every so often, and 3 or 4 times a year I go stir the pile up, and so I'm like, I think we'll just mulch them. So that's what we did this year. It worked good. It's a lot of leaves though, I'll tell you what. They're all mulched into the grass there now. So so that's interesting about the boats. He's got a picture here, I'll show you that in a sec. Just finally, keep up the good work and hope you make it to the Blue Jays game next year. I don't know, it's just such a long journey for us to get down there and get in there and then go sit and watch the game for like 2.5 hours and then all the way home again. It's too far. It's too far really for us. If we lived down there, yeah, that'd be all right, but it's just a bit too far for us. So also, I'd like to see a video of you building a hotel on your Rust server. A hotel, or just something more admin things. That's interesting. You like the admin stuff. A lot of people don't like that. Like I did videos of doing the admin stuff, and man, they just did not do well at all. So, see if this picture will load here of the tractors. There they are. Let me just activate that so I can see when you're looking at it. So there's a little John Deere tractors. So they move the trailers into the winching area, I guess. So that's kind of cool. I guess you got lots of water down there, right? So you got a need for that. So anyhow, that's it from Vince. Thanks, Vince. This one is, again, I'm not sure because it doesn't have a name on it. It says, hey bud, how's it going? Sorry if you hear the thing ticking there. It's been running since we fixed it, and it's running pretty good. So I got it just kind of going here, and we've got it almost up to 20 degrees. So anyways, hey bud, how's it going? Just thinking, when you do the convoy base, can you point auto turrets up shooting at a helicopter? Good point. I don't think they target helicopters on there. They won't target helicopters and animals, stuff like that. They will target like NPCs, like scientists and the guys that come in the convoy. It'll target them, but it won't target a helicopter. I'd kind of like to have like a little mini SAM site or something you could set up, and it would fire a couple rockets at them. Maybe that would take them out. I agree with you. I don't like the helicopters much either. So I haven't seen that. And is it possible? Have a great day, my friend. So I don't know who that was from. But anyways, thanks for sending it. Yeah, they don't attack helicopters. There's a lot of things like they won't attack. Like they won't attack any of the animals, so the bears, the wolves. I think they might attack zombies if you had them on your server. That I'm not sure of, but I'm pretty sure they'll attack zombies. Other than that, no, they won't attack helicopters. So they'll attack the guys that could come out of a helicopter if you had that set up as well. They'll do that. So thanks for sending that question. That's a good one. Next one is from Spencer. Now this is from October 15th. So this is just kind of sort of before Farm Sim released, the new Farm Sim. So good day, Bill and family. My first question is, if you own a farm, what would it be? Is it going to be an antique tractor and equipment, or all new? I guess it depends what kind of farm you had. How many acres would definitely change how you got equipment and what equipment. It really depend on that. More like a hobby farm, yeah, you could probably get away with like a couple small Ford tractors and implements like I got here, kind of thing. You wouldn't really need a whole lot more than that. You might need like a planter or something if you're wanting to plant like a bit of a mass area kind of thing. But you could probably get away with that. Second question, could you bring back the mod of the week? Oh, we did do that on the old Farm Sim. Haven't really done it on the new Farm Sim yet because I haven't really got into doing a whole pile of mods yet, but we have a little bit. So anyways, thanks Spencer for sending that. Hopefully that answered your questions. I got two questions coming up here from Travis. They were sent at different times. This one's October 18th and the next one is October 21st, so pretty well the same time. So Travis says, hey Bill and family, hope you're all doing well. We're doing pretty good here so far, no sicknesses yet. I think my daughter had a little bit of a crappy cold there for about a week about 3 weeks ago, and she got over that. Nobody else got it, which was weird, so I didn't mind that. Usually if someone's getting sick, I'll load myself with that stuff called Cold Effects, and I'll tell you, it works. Pardon me, if you can get it in time, it'll work. It'll stop a cold dead in its track. So it's called Cold Effects. I don't know if you guys have it in the States, but I'm probably sure you probably do. But I don't know what's in it, but man, it does work. It does work really good. So Charles Travis says, thank you for all the awesome videos. Keep them going. Thanks, bud. I will try. I've been watching them for a while, and they're a great source of entertainment. Well, I'm glad you like it. That's good. I have a couple of questions. Actually, more than that, because he's got another question he sent later. So anyways, a couple of questions. The tape measure that you use to measure things for your shop build that has different measurements written on it, where did you get it from? I've never seen one. So yeah, I've got one here. I actually got a new one. And I thought it was a typo because I walked by a great big bin of these things and it said like $6.50. I'm like, what? Around, I'm like, holy crap, I'm getting one of them. So I got this, it's a Husky tape from Home Depot, and it's got, you know, like the pull out and then you can do it. Then yeah, it's got let me just open this again here. And it's got all the incremental measurement things on there. I don't know if you can see that too well, if it's too blurry, but you've got like an eighth, quarter, 3/8, half, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8. It's got all those basic measurements, so that's pretty handy. Now, my other tape measure that I was using most of the time, it kind of, I don't know if it wore out or what the heck happened to it, but let me see if I can, I don't know where I put it now. Hang on a sec. Wait a second. Actually, oh, right here. So it's the same one. Ugh. And it was just like a cheapie. I don't even know where I got this one because I've had it for a long time, but it's got the same measurements. And it's got like the 1/8, quarter, 3/8, but then it's got a 1, and I think that's 1/16, maybe like a 16th, and then a 3/16, 5/16, 7/16. I think that's what that measurement is on the bottom there. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but anyways, it's kind of blurry, but it's got all the other measurements too, so that kind of helps even more. Where this one, you just gotta kind of look at them again. I don't know how they print these things and jam them all on there, but this was actually a really good tape. Now it is working, but it's not holding anymore, so it's kind of just going. With this one, will, of course, it's new and hold, but I seen the price of these, I'm like, holy crap. So tape measures always seem to disappear, so I got like 3 more and took them down for use at the cemetery too, so because we always use them down there too. So but that's that tape measure. And we do, of course, the metric system here. I still don't know why they have these available for us to buy. Like, we do the metric all here in Canada, of course. It kind of sucks, but that's what we're into. But you can get a metric measuring tape here, but it's really hard to find one. It's very, very hard to find one. So so that's tape measure. I've never seen one. Also, are you going to play FS25? Yes, I have been since this question. This was October 18th. Make more Farm Sim Saturday videos. Yes, we are. With the new version. Yes, we are. It's been going pretty good. Have you seen the information about that version and what features do you like and don't? Well, at this time when you sent this, I actually hadn't looked at anything because I like the surprise as well. I don't really like to research stuff like that a whole lot. Oh, it slowed way down. It's almost making me sleepy with the ticking. Anyways. So yeah, I don't really like to get into, like, you know, there's something about the cutscenes when you look at a new game. It's just never the same as the game. The cutscenes, of course, is like a movie, and it always looks better when it's really not. So I don't know. I don't really generally look at them a whole lot. And he says, thanks for your answers. Have a great day. Cheers, Travis from BC. So that was his first question. He's got another one here from Travis. This is from the 21st of October. Says, hey, Bill and family, hope all is well. Got a couple more questions for you. How is Boris rebuild going? Well, Boris is still asleep in the other garage in the cemetery right now and till I get this one ready, so then I can bring it up here and get it inside where it's going to be warm in there. I'm still waiting on a quote for trusses for that. I'd really like to go the truss route, but if it's going to take for frickin' ever, it's either you wait or you just start building like your own rafters and ridge board and all that crap. You know, I might have to do that. I don't know. We'll see how they come out with the quote, and if it's not terrible bad, I'll probably just go with those. But then I might not get them till January or February even. I don't know. So we shall see. This really didn't want to be doing that in kind of the middle of winter, but we also might just get them delivered here and then wait till the weather turns nice again and then put them up and when the weather's better. So because I don't honestly want to be out there working on there on slippery crap and cold and wrapped all up in clothes like this and pants and snowsuits and all that crap, banging on trusses and stuff. I don't really want to be doing that, so probably won't. But anyways, also the second question is also with the second Ford 8N. Oh, that's on outside on the trailer. So that's not a Ford 8N. That's a Ford. Oh, sorry. He says Ford 800. It's not a Ford 800. It's a Ford 8N. Sorry, it's an 8N. So it's like Boris, exactly like Boris, except it's only got a 4-cylinder, not an 8. It doesn't have 100 horse, and it's only got about 23 or 22 or whatever horsepower those engines are. Yeah, Boris, that flathead V8 is like 100 horsepower. That's kind of crazy. But no, it was one of my viewers actually watches my videos. He owned a house kind of not really here, but up north, east of us here. He owned a house that he was renting, and the guy, he just left all his stuff in that, and he's like, well, we're selling this house, and there's a couple of tractors here. If you want them, or you want one of them, you come and get it. So I went and got that one, and he had a Ferguson too. I'm like, I don't really want the Ferguson. So he's like, okay, that's fine, we're gonna send her to scrap, which kind of sucked, but he ended up sending her to scrap, I guess. So, and I got the 8N, brought it home, so it still sat on the trailer, and I don't know anything about it, how it runs. It did turn over. I did hook a battery and then shorted it right to the starter, and it did crank over, so it is free, so that's a good thing. But if it needs an engine rebuild or what, maybe it runs good, I don't know. So I do know that it needs everything rewired and all gone over before it'll even start. So it's going to need a lot of work, but again, then we need a nice workshop to work on that, right? Where the heat's on, where we can be warm and not have to worry about the crap outside. Because I'll tell you right now, it's really nice in here. Outside right now, it's really not nice outside. Let me take you outside there for a minute. It's a real kind of nasty night out here. Snowing and the wind's blowing, and it's just, ugh. I'd rather be inside. Nice and warm. Nice and warm. So that's why we're inside tonight in the nice warm shed. It works pretty good. So yeah, so that's an 8N out there, not an 800. I kind of wish it was an 800 because it'd be nice to actually have another one. He says, I do also agree with you with the tape measures, where he says, I've tried to understand the measurements on the tape as well, but I find it confusing. You gotta know the length of the mark and what that mark represents, which is, if it's not marked on what it is, like these tapes that I use, then it's more guessing all the time until you got used to it, I guess. And I'm just not used to those. I guess I don't use it enough. So, you know, I'm always like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch kind of guy. So I kind of go by that. And then if you got to really decipher, okay, well, how much is that one now? And you got to kind of figure it out. Then I guess you got to figure it out. But anyways, yes. So thanks for all your content. Keep it up, Travis from BC. Thank you, Travis, for sending that in. So we got one from Douglas from October 21st. It says, Bill, why didn't I frame, or why didn't you frame out at least one window in the new building? Why didn't I frame out a window? Well, I'll tell you what. Windows, I looked at them. We went to Home Depot, and they've got different sizes and different qualities of them, and they were very expensive. Like, I mean, stupid expensive. if you wanted a nice one that was, you know, like whatever by whatever with like a slide thing on it, it was very expensive. I'm like, I don't really need a window that bad. If I want to get some wind or light, I'll open up the little man door I'm going to put in, or the big garage door, you know, and that'll be just good. And I can be in here like here, and I don't have to look outside and look at all that crappy weather, and you kind of forget about it. And windows are nice for ventilation, but then they also let a lot of, if it's a cheapy kind of window, they also let a lot of cold in too, right? So I kind of wanted to stay away from that. But one window would have been nice, I guess. But and it's not really too far gone past yet that I still couldn't kind of frame something in. I just have to cut through the wall now and redo a bit of the studding and then lay it out. But I don't think I'm gonna bother, to be honest. It's just it's just easier too. I'm lazy and I just didn't really want to do that. So I'm like doing all the framing and all the jack studding and everything for all the sills, and screw that. I'll just do walls, and then we can just spray foam it like in here and then be done with it, right? So you're probably going to have windows in the big garage door. I might order it like that. That might not be a bad idea, because it's going to be kind of the same size, 10 by 10 garage door. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8. So at the 8-foot one, you could put some window panels in there, I guess, and then another solid one on the top. That would let some light in, which probably I'll end up doing. But the man door I got, or the person door, the single door I got for the other side is like a solid. There's no window in that or nothing, because a way out is a way in, we'll say. So, you know, if that's a solid door, it'll take someone a lot longer to get in if they really wanted to, versus like a glass or whatever in there to smash that, and then they could just unlock it and get in real fast. Yeah, it's kind of my thought. I mean, windows are nice and stuff, but I'm like, it's not really necessity. But no, probably a window, a big garage door, and then and the man door. But so the man door, no, it's a solid door. I think maybe I did show that in the video. I haven't installed it yet, so there's no point really doing it yet. So it'd probably be the last thing actually to go in, to be honest. That, and I'll get that garage door. I haven't even ordered the garage door yet, because I don't have like the cross members for them to hang the door hangers, the door rails on yet. So there's no point even doing that. That'll be whenever the trusses get up and attached on. We could probably get the doors on then, and but we'll have to wait anyways. Probably be nice to have at least one window, and this is from Douglas. Yeah, well, one window would have been nice, but I don't think it was really necessary. Plus they were really expensive, like, I mean, stupid expensive. And like I say, at the Home Depot, they had all kinds of different sizes, but you did have to measure and do all your studying for whatever size of that window was going to be, right? And they actually had like little shed windows, but they were really chintzy. They were like $100 for like a little window that was like probably like this by like this, just a little wee thing. But the way it was, there was something on it, I can't remember now, it was really chintzy, and I'm like, yeah, that's not. I think it was a small little slider too, and it had like this weird plastic clip. So I'm like, the first time you use that, it would break, and then the thing would never close right again. So I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So, oh, we're speeding up again. So what do we got here? Next one is October 24th, so we're getting a little bit closer, almost to Halloween here. This is from Austin. It says, what is your favorite size of chainsaw? Oh boy, you'd have to ask that question, wouldn't you? I guess that kind of matters, depends on what size of tree you're cutting, or what size branches you're cutting. For lemon stuff, I really like the little small guys where you can just kind of hold the top handle and I don't really have a use for a big giant chainsaw. Like, I got my 660, and yes, thank you, I did put that filter in when I was testing the compression on the other day. I put the little plastic shroud on, and it was kind of warping my brain a little bit, and I totally forgot and gapped out and didn't put the air filter in, but I have done it now, so thank you for that comment on my other video there, and we did fix that. So anyways, it's all good. That's a pretty big chainsaw though. You can put like a 4-foot bar off it, 3.5 foot bar or something on that thing. It's pretty huge. It's not like I need a saw that big. We do have some maples back here that you potentially might need that, but that thing is a freaking beast, let me tell you. Holy, you got to really hang on to that feller, because man, it'll cut wood real fast, and you, I'm sure, if you let it. I kind of like the 20-inch bar saws, so like this 026 that I got here, it's not bad. And then I've got one for the cemetery that's what the heck is it now, like a 271 or some crap like that. I can't remember now what model that one is. It's pretty good too. It's a good little saw. It's like a, that saw was come out when they were kind of worried and concerned more about emissions, so somehow they got it, probably, I don't know how they did it, but they got it so if you really wind her out, it screams, and it's apparently supposed to burn up the fuel better because it's running faster. I don't know if it does or not, but it's a screamer, that one. It really screams. It almost seems like it's running too lean, but that's the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, the little saws, and then the sort of medium saws, something that doesn't make you tired after using it for, like, you know, a couple hours if you have to knock a couple trees down and cut them up, whatever. But it's got to also have to have pretty good power too in it, right? So it can't be a little wee, like these little limb saws, they're good to about 6 to 8 inches, and then you got to switch over to like something bigger if you're wanting to cut through it, because the clutches on those little saws really aren't meant for that real heavy drag, and you'll burn off the shoes real fast. So you got to kind of be careful of that, where the bigger saws have a better clutch system on them and bigger bell for the clutch, and they will tear right through like that. I don't think I've ever stalled out the chain on that 660. It's just wicked. A little story for you, when I worked at the rental, we had the 880, so the biggest one that they made, which I think is an 881 now, and it had so much power. I can't remember the horsepower rating of it, but I think it was like in around 10 or something like that. It was ridiculous. We used to rent it, and it had I think it was a 24-inch bar. It could have had a way bigger one. No, maybe it was bigger than that. Maybe it was like a 3-foot bar. So I don't know if you can see that, but a 3-foot bar. And I think you can put up to a 6-foot bar on that thing, so you can double it. We never had one that big because people don't know how to run a big saw like that, and they dip the tip into the dirt, and then it wrecks the chain. They're like, "Whoa, it doesn't cut at all. It's a piece of junk." Rah, rah, rah. And you get complaints. So anyways, but these people rented this thing, and that thing had so much power, they didn't know the chain brake was on, and they were running it. And it ran the chain and just ran the saw, and it made so much heat there, it melted all the inside, all the plastic gears that run the oil and all that stuff. It just shredded everything in there, melted it. It was junk. So we got it back, and they're like, "Oh no, it just started smoking." And we looked at it, and it's like, the brake is on. The chain brake is on. You're running so much power, it just ran right through that chain brake and just melted the saw. So I think it cost the guy like $900 we charged him for the parts to fix that, and the labor, right? $900 or $1,000 or something. And after that, our boss is like, "No, we're selling it. We're not renting that to anybody ever again." So we got rid of that saw, and that was the end of it. So anyways, yeah, that was a good little story. So a favorite size of chainsaw, I don't know, small-ish to medium-ish, big if you need one. And this is an interesting question. So it's your favorite size of chainsaw and favorite pizza topping. Pizza topping. Wow, there is so much to choose from. I think my favorite, I'll tell you what my 3 favorite toppings are. We do a pizza place in here every so often, and it's a 3-topping. So I normally get, it comes with cheese, of course. Sauce and cheese is like included. So I usually get mushrooms, depending on the place, if we go to a different one. But this one place I'll get bacon, because it's like actual real chunks of bacon on it, not this fake crap that they sprinkle on it. And sun-dried tomatoes. Sun-dried tomatoes are really good. Now there is good sun-dried tomatoes, and then there's not good sun-dried tomatoes. The ones that are in the oil aren't so good. The flavor just seems to get kind of oiled out of them, if you will. I really like the ones that are like dried in the package. And if you even start chewing them like gum for a while, it's like, wow, the flavor blasts you get out of it. It's like, wow, this is really good. Wow. Holy man. So that's my 3 favorites. Sometimes I'll change the bacon and get like pineapple. Some of you might not like that, I know, but pineapple's good on pizza. Come on now. Yeah, other than that, I'm not really into like the spicy stuff, and I'll tolerate like green peppers on a pizza if someone else got it, whatever. Mushrooms for sure though, they're good on everything. Pineapple, yeah. Spicy sausages and stuff, no, that's not right. Anchovies, definitely not. Hot peppers is okay, believe it or not. I'll do hot peppers, but not the hot meat. I just don't like that. What else does this place have? They have a lot of toppings. But anyways, that's mine. It's usually what I go for. But thanks, Austin, for sending that. All right, I think this is actually our last question from November 18th, so not too long ago. It says, hi, Bill. Now, there's quite a few questions here, so get comfy. So from Dylan Fisher, it says, hi, Bill. I started watching back in the days of the Farm Sim 2013. That's a long time ago. Man, that's a long time ago. That's 11 years ago now? Holy crap, I'm getting old. And so are you, because you've been watching that long. So you're getting old too, with me. So ha. So I started watching back in the days of FS 2013, Farm Sim 2013. And I've stuck around even with the news of no videos past the gates. Yeah, I know, that was a hard day, wasn't it? But we're doing them in here, so and we're gonna be doing it in the brand new shop, so right? And anyways, I'm sure it was an adjustment for you, and I'm looking forward to the completion of the new workshop. Me too. If I can get roof trusses, we'll be looking good. I think we're gonna go with a steel roof on it too, so we're gonna have to look into that too and see how much that is. If it's gonna be too much, I'm just probably get shingles and shingle it. That'd be all right. What inspired you to start making YouTube videos? Is his first question. Well, what inspired me the most? Mostly like to keep a, what do you call it? Like a record kind of the kids growing up originally. And I don't know, I just liked maybe showing things that I work on, and maybe someday it would help someone else with something that they're working on, you know? We do a lot of projects. We've done welding projects over the years. I don't think we built this building kind of together when we're in here, but we've repaired a lot of things. We've damaged and wrecked a lot of things, and hopefully you guys have learned not to do that from my videos and stuff that I've done. It's like, ah, crap, forgot to do that, or screwed up that thing, but we have fixed a lot of videos. We've done, just had fun over the years, right? So I kind of thought, you know, if I'm going to be doing all this stuff, why don't we bring a bunch of people with us that could have fun too? So hopefully everybody's had fun over the years. So, but mostly it was, yeah, to kind of document and kind of keep a, not a record, but like a, what do you call that? Oh, I don't know why my nose is so itchy tonight. A video. So basically, because, you know, kids grow up so fast, and I figured YouTube was a fairly good, safe place to keep, you know, like you have pictures and stuff from over the years, and then, oh crap, my blah 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 just erased itself, and then I lost all my pictures. Well, I didn't really want that to have happened, so I thought maybe YouTube would be a good place to archive. That's it, archiving, and keeping, you know, like records of the kids and stuff, and how they grew up, and what they're into, what they're doing and stuff. And I didn't really get my daughter too much into it, more of like a protective thing, if you know what I mean. Like, she never really showed a lot of interest in wanting to be in the videos. Same as my wife, she doesn't really care for it either. So, but Dylan and I, we did quite a bit of video stuff. He didn't seem to care, but just, you know, like my daughter, young girl and stuff, and in videos, and it just didn't need that kind of creep effect, you know, of people and stuff. And nothing against you guys, but there's a lot of people out there that might have taken it differently, and, you know, creepy stalkery kind of thing because I got a pretty young daughter, right? It's like, yeah, it's not happening. So kind of tried to keep her kind of out of it. And honestly, she didn't really show much interest in it anyway. So she's in a few of them. She's not in every one of them. And neither is Dylan. He's not in every one of them either. But I tried to kind of keep her kind of behind the scenes a little more. You know what I mean? So just because of that. But anyways, so the next question, what video editing software do you use? I use what used to be Sony Vegas, now it's called Movie Studio. It's an older version. And I should have brought a pillow to sit on. The stool is hard on your butt. I did upgrade to the newer version, and it was like totally different and really impossible to use. So I just went back to my old version. I've been using that for like ever kind of thing, and it works good. Does all I need for, and you can do transitions, you can add in titles and crap and do stuff like that. I'm like, it probably does way more than I know too, and it's like, well, I don't need it too fancy. It does the picture-in-picture if you needed it too, and all that cool stuff. So that's what I use. Next one is, how do you manage your time so well? Well, if you think I'm managing my time well, that's good. I guess I just feel like I don't have enough time for everything, you know? So he says, how do you manage your time so well, at least from a viewer's perspective, with your cemetery job, building your workshop, gaming, family time, and making and editing videos? I honestly don't know, and I'm not really doing the YouTube as much as I was. But when I was filming down there in that garage, I could do kind of two things at once. I could change the oil on the tractor as I was down there anyway, so it was kind of nice to do that there, but that kind of got kiboshed. But now I got to bring tractors up here and work on it here if I want to change it. So it's kind of, you know, all around. I've basically got like 3 workshops and toolboxes and work areas. I got this one here. I got one in the house downstairs with a toolbox that Ricky sent me. Thanks, Ricky, for that as well. It's a nice toolbox. And then I've got my workshop and toolbox down at the garage in the cemetery too. So I've basically got like 3 work areas. So it is very frustrating when I'm like, oh, I know I've got that blah, blah, blah tool somewhere. Where did I put it? I have to go look here. No, it's not here. I have to go look downstairs. No, it's not there. Okay, it's probably down there. You know, it kind of sucks, but it's the way it is. So, and I don't technically need a workshop toolbox in my house in the basement, but it's pretty freaking handy. Instead of having to come out here and look for something, then go back in the house, I could just have some extra tools in there, and then, you know, screwdrivers and whatever I've got to work on inside, and it works good for in there. So, but this is kind of the main workshop toolbox here. But probably, well, what's gonna happen when this shop is done here, the new one, is down in the other workshop now. If you guys remember, if you want to go back, the videos are still on there. Okay, I gotta find something to sit on because this thing's really hurting my butt. Anyways, cardboard or something. If you look back in the videos, I've got my sandblast cabinet down there. I've got my parts washer machine down there. I've got my drill press down there. I got my big floor mount bench grinder down there. All that stuff's going to eventually come up into this shop here, and there's going to be nothing like that down there. So if I want to work on something or weld something, it's going to all be done up here at this shop, not down there anymore. So my welder is also down there. I got my torches here because I used them for something a while ago. They're just kind of here, so that's kind of good. So everything's going to be in this workshop here. So this is going to be the workshop, you know, and then down there will just be like basically where I sit and do stuff through the day when I'm at work. And I'll probably still have a few tools down there if I have to do something on the tractor right there or whatever, but everything will be up here. So, but yeah, that's the way it's going to be. So basically that workshop down there, all that stuff that we use down there is going to move and go up here. The big giant air compressor I got down there, I might leave it there because I really don't want to move it. And I kind of need it down there for when I blow the water lines out, because this one I don't think would keep up to it. This guy here, where are you? This one, I don't think it would keep up to it. This is only about a 13, maybe 12 and a half, 13 CFM, where that one's like 45 CFM at like 175 psi. It's like huge major air. But this one here should probably keep up to the sandblaster here. I think it'll be all right. Because I really don't want to unwire that one down there and move it up here, and I don't think I would have enough power here to run that one anyways. So this one will probably stay in this shop here, and then I'll run a airliner, what do you call it, through the two walls, like a big pipe thing, and then seal it all in. And I can run like a service like that through the wall, and I'll just run the air through here, and then I'll just turn it on in here when I need it, and then I don't have to listen to it over there, and it's not going to be in the way over there and something else taking up floor space, or it can just stay here and run the air through. That'll be fine. Air will run a long way before it runs out of air. Air will run a long way before it runs out of air. So anyways, yeah. So how do I manage my time so well? Well, I guess I just make time for this, I make time for that, and you know, I make a lot of times I'm downstairs playing games or recording farm sim at like 6 a.m. I can't sleep anyway, so I might as well get up and do that. I am not a sleeper inner person. I haven't been for a lot of years. I don't know why. Seems like when I started this job, I got it in my head that I've got to have the gate open for 8 o'clock. I got to have the gate open for 8 o'clock. I got to have, I don't sleep in. I've tried. I've even taken weed gummies. Don't sleep well. So I don't know. Not that I do weed gummies every day, but you know, I thought, well, I'll try something, and nope, that didn't work either. So I was up like most of the night anyways. So I'm pretty much downstairs at like 6 a.m., 5:30 in the morning, playing games or recording farm sim or doing Rust videos or whatever I'm doing for that time, whatever. Most times it's farm sim. When do I work on my buildings? Well, when I started working on it when the sun started going down sooner, and that kind of sucks because you get, well, till about 8 o'clock, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, 7:45, and then it's, you know, it's later. Well, now it's dark at like 5:15, so it's like, well, if I want to do any work, I got to come up at like 2 o'clock. This time of year really sucks, but what can you do? Anyways, number 4 question is, do you have an update on Boris with the rear end damage? So I kind of sort of touched on that on an earlier question, as now it's still sitting out there in the rear end. I'm going to put on it, it's still sitting out here under a tarp. When the building goes up, that'll probably be the first thing in there. I'll tell you what. And number 5 is how was the big snowblower made to work with 110 TLB? Do you think we'll see it in action this winter? It was all customized. I didn't do it. It was a company west of here, quite a bit west of here, called Smythe, S-M-Y-T-H-E, maybe, Smythe Welding, I think it was, something like that. And it was totally customized for that. And I think they had already done like 1 or 2 other ones, and ours was like the 3rd one they did. So they kind of knew what they were doing anyways with it by that time. But all customized. That was actually a snowblower that was meant to be run on the back of a tractor, converted to run on the front of the tractor. Fits with the 3-point hitch, the skid steer mount thing, and runs a drive shaft from the rear PTO to a 90 drop down box to a drive shaft up to the front that goes through a carrier bearing with the little lock-on thing for the PTO shaft, and then up to the snowblower. And then you use the that tractor, that 110 TLB doesn't have enough hydraulic flow to run it off the pump, like off the hoses, so we use the hoses for the chute steer thingy, the chute left and right. So that was all custom, and that's got to be, it's got to be at least 15 years ago, 16 years ago we got that thing. And I don't really use it for the roads themselves because it's so heavy, it kind of damages the roads a little bit. You gotta really be careful with it. So I use it for more if I get big snowbanks and stuff and I gotta blow them off the side of the road. And I go down with that, and then and it just chews through that and gone, you know, so it works really good. But anyways, we'll see it in action this winter. It all depends if we get snow or not. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, thank you, Dylan, for sending that. Dylan Fisher. And I think that is it for question and answer number 42. Holy crap, that's a lot of question and answer videos. So anyways, the email address is on the bottom there if you wanted to send something. Feel free. As of right now, we're still in Strike for Canada Post, so there's no point in even sending out the Christmas card stuff. This is still stuff from last year, because I won't get it because they're on strike. I don't know when that's going to be over. It may never be over. Who knows? This GoPro is getting really hot. Ooh, I can only hardly hold the thing. It's so hot. Holy man, you guys are hot. But anyways, yeah, Christmas cards. I don't know. We might not be doing that this year. But anyways, if you wanted to send a Christmas, maybe there's like an e-card thing or something you could send to this email address. So we could do it that way. I might have to do it on the computer at home inside and record it that way so you guys can all see it. We'll have to figure that out. But I don't know if there is or not. But anyways, that's it for today, I guess. Nice and warm in here. What do we got? We've got it at like 20 degrees, so like 68-ish degrees over there. Not bad. And working good. Yeah, it's still running nice. Making a little bit of heat. I got it turned like right down though, so it's not really burning up a whole lot. This was filled up this morning, so now it's, what time is it now? 10 after 9, so it's only used about this much all day, so it's not bad. But yeah, anyways, thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. The email address is there if you want to send another question. We'll do another 43. Imagine, eh? I'm trying to make her to 50. Holy smokes. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. And you guys have a good day. It is rotten out here. Look at this mess. I guess we'll be doing snow in the morning. Wish I could take you back there with me and do snow, but that is no more. That sucks. Anyways, you guys have a good one.